परत यायचे का आता ऑफलाईन क्लासेसला? सौरभ काय करतोय तू?
एक मिनिट सर ते प्रॉब्लेम झाला काहीतरी.
बर बर.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर.
गुड मॉर्निंग. काय विनोद यायचे का परत ऑफलाईन आता लेक्चरला?
सर आता काही कन्सिडर डिसाइड नाही केलं सर अजून.
बर बर.
बघू सर हे 15 दिवसात चालू बंद चांगलं ते कन्व्हिनियंट नाही आमच्यासाठी.
ओके ओके ठीक आहे. मे बी कंटिन्यू झाल्यावरती यावं लागेल. पहा तुम्हाला.
सर कंटिन्यू झाल्यावर बघू सर येऊ.
उलट तुमचा तर उत्साह होता की ऑफलाईनला लेक्चरला यायचा.
हा सर पण ते सर लास्ट टाइम आलो असं झालं, अजून आता आल्यावर अजून असं वाटतं की अजून एक्सपांड होऊ शकतं.
मूड ऑफ होते का तुमचा?
हा सर.
मूड ऑफ होते.
सर मूड ऑफ तर नाही म्हणू शकत, बट तेच सर ते फ्लॅट वगैरे करायचं, राहायचं, डिपॉझिट वगैरे हे इश्यूज येते.
थांबा थोडे दिवस म्हणजे बरोबर.
एकदा सुरळीत चालू झालं ना सर मग येऊ.
बरोबर आहे.
घरचे नाही ना पाठवत सर. एक महिना जाता येता म्हणल्यावर खरंच ब्रेक व्हायचे काम आहे ना सर ते. बघू सर कंटिन्यू चालू झालं ते येऊ.
5 मिनिट वेट करू. आज खूपच जण कमी जण जॉईन झाले, 12-13च.
होईल सर बघू. तर सिच्युएशन काय तिकडे कोविडची?
नाही रे एवढं काय, एन्व्हायरमेंट तर क्रिएट झालेलं असतंच तसं. सिच्युएशनचा विचार केला तर ती वाढतच जाणार आहे. आपल्याला जे वाटतं तशा कंडिशन मध्ये राहायचं आणि प्रिकॉशन घ्यायचं एवढंच.
तर सर मग कॉलेज 1 तारखेपासून होणार आहे का आपलं चालू?
जी तर आलेला आहे, आणखी पाहूयात. आणखी सगळं डिस्कशन झाल्यानंतर तुम्हाला कळवलं जाईल.
ओके सर.
Just we will wait for 2 minutes and then we will start. Okay. Okay, good morning to all of you. Now we will start our first lecture with early morning, and you are come with one of the holiday. Okay, so the units we have to cover up to theory of project management, up to project scheduling and risk management. Okay, on previous lecture, what points we have to be covered? Anyone knows the details? That where goes with first unit, second unit, third unit, as you are also going with that PPT. But if you understand the problems, or if you are going through anyone going through one of this any of the study case related to project management or any of them that I have told in our previous lectures, if you are interested, then and then only. But anyone has, I am not asking that which study you have to be goes through case study, but you are doing it or not. It's okay, don't take attention. In project management, there are 5 units, as I think so, as you know that all these units: overview of project management, project planning, project scheduling and risk management, project organization, and project evaluations. Okay, these are the 5 units of project management. As we have covered the overview of project management, in that what is meant by project management, planning, steps, methods. Okay, that's we have covered in unit first. In second unit, what are the project planning steps are includes, or what is meant by project planning? And now we will cover the topics of what is project scheduling and risk management. Okay, so anyone knows that what is meant by project scheduling? That we have covered it on previous lecture. Yes, anyone? I want to respond from my sides, as I always given response from my side, but no anyone has given from you. Just join and mute yourself. Other than this, it will be okay. Join and then left lecture. Join and then left lecture. If you are not able to talk, or if you are not able to answer my question, meaning is that you are not goes with the study point of view. Okay, no anyone has given this serious about all this subject matter also. You need to little but given a 2 to 3 hours for your offline. I think say that the many times say that the offline reading. Just a minute, okay? Just a minute. I have call. Sorry, students. Okay, I will share the PPTs of our project scheduling and risk management. Just a minute. Yes, my slide is visible. Yes, Vinod,
Yes,
Sanket.
sir. Yes, sir.
Visible, sir.
Okay. Okay, so in project management, we have covered up to the classes of scheduling. Okay, or comes toward the resource allocation method. In that, what is meant by project scheduling? What is meant by risk management? Steps to developing a project schedules means that how to develop a schedule. Okay, what are the primary constraints in the project management? What are the classes of scheduling? Resource allocations methods, multi-project scheduling, change control, and project cost. Okay, these are the 7 to 8 contents in project management, scheduling, and risk management. Okay, so what is meant by project scheduling? Yes, what is meant by project scheduling?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Vinod.
Sir, produce scheduling nothing but the listing of activities to start the project within a time duration as a finished tasks within the time duration for the available minimum resources.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay, or project scheduling is a project management is the listing of activities to be delivered or milestones within a project. A schedule also usually includes a planning start and finish date, duration, resource, associations to the each activity. As I simply said that the project scheduling is nothing but the activities to be carried out sequentially. Okay, that is nothing but project scheduling. Or one of in that the each and every activity to be completed within a time, within a cost, and the proper allocation and uses of proper allocation method. That has comes under project scheduling. Okay, these are the risk management means what or how to identify, how to control, or how to mitigate the risk that we also cover. These are the 6 steps for developing a project schedule. If you want to develop any project schedules on any of the project, these are the 6 steps that we have to be included in developing a project schedule. Okay, first one is what create a work breakdown structure. Second one to estimate the duration. Third one to determine process. Fourth one is to identify the procedures, determine the milestones, and to identify the dependencies. Okay, these are the 6 steps of developing a project scheduling. If you want any another's that as per the course structure or as per the project plan, it might be changed in all these steps also as name change little bit. Okay, these are the primary constraints, that is time, scope, and cost are the key components of primary constraints. And again another there's the quality, customer satisfaction, risk assessment, resources, and time. Okay, these are the classes of scheduling. Okay, these are the schedule issues. Okay, I think so we are here with the point of scheduling issues. Yes. Okay, here are 7 of the most common scheduling issues managers run into regularly and how to eliminate them. These are the issues comes for the organizations. Okay, what we can explain is that the shortage of employees, overscheduling, disorganization, last minute absence, employees turnover, not planning for the vacations or not planning for the leaves for the workers. Okay, or lack of availability. These are the issues which are comes under any of the project scheduling. Okay, that we have also explained that shortage of employees, that how the shortage of employees to be happen because of so many reasons. Okay, so if anyone has given the example of shortage of employees, how the shortage of employees has impact on any of the project management tools. Yes, yes, Vinod. Shortage of employees depend on the knowledge skills parameters. Okay, as we have required the persons for a particular project for a particular works. If you are doing a project on mining industry, if you are doing a project on any of the nuclear power plant, at that time you have required the employees of that quality, employees of that technical skills, employees of that base qualifications. Okay, at that time there will be filters for the employees. Okay, these are comes under any of the shortage of employees. Overscheduling means what? The overlapping of time of one or another process, or the combinations or one or two more processes or workloads to be patch up with the same time. Okay, to be covered with the same time. At that time there should be some of the issues to be faces by the project management because of poor scheduling. This organization which are comes under when the organization process has not gone with the proper management. Last minute absence, as I have previously said, that if you are absent for the last minute, lack of information with you, and if you are facing the problems when you have go to the your project plans, or you have to be go to the scheduling plans to the actual project implementation. After that, employees turnover. After that, number of planning of for vacations. Okay, and lack of availability. Lack of availability, which points are comes under lack of availability? Yes, lack of availability. Yes, we know. Lack of availability. What are the issue faces due to lack of availability? Means what? What the lack of availability? The components of lack of availability which are to be considered of all the available resources: manpower, material, method, money. Okay, all these are the lack of resources. At the time of project management, we have required or we have mandatory to need the all the resources for the plannings or for the just in time techniques also. Means if you are doing a project with the consideration of time and cost, keep in mind that the all the resources need to be available for the at workplace, or the resources available with the large quantity. Okay, these are comes under any of the lack of availability of the project. Okay, a resource allocation method. Yes, Vinod, please read the slide.
Sure. Resource allocation. Resource allocation process is the method that project manager use to allocate budget, equipment, people, tools, and data to the project areas where it is most needed. An effective resource allocation strategy is half science and half art. In that, including first point is knowing when to say no, gathering the right information, effectively visualization data, effective resource leavings, effective resource allocations.
Okay, these are comes under resource allocation method. Thank you, Vinod. Resource allocations means what? Resource allocation is a process, that is the method that project manager use to allocate budget, that to equipments, people, tools, and data to the project areas where it is mostly needed. Okay, and effective resource allocation strategy is an half science and half arts. What they have called that half science and half arts? Okay, is the techniques and management which are comes under science and art. Okay, the combination of both the techniques and art. If you have techniques, knowledgeable persons, but you don't have art to how to manage the peoples, how to release the stress of their employees. Okay, that's are also comes under any of the project management, that they how you have to be allocate all these resources to the completion of that process. Okay, after that kind of knowing when to say no. For what? When to saying no for what? If I have doing the works on any of the project and some of the another person or some of the any management people has considered that these are the process you are going to be carried out as you are going as a well, but I want to change some of the plans. My work allocation is this process from this station to this stations I have required this steps or some of the manpowers from your allocations. Okay, at that time he need to take decisions that we will be plan our employees for his project or not. That if you want to say yes, there will be impact on your project also. Okay, some of the times happening that the employees has not to be allocated for his work, but he'll waiting to another project types, but we don't have that much plannings or that much management that you have to be allocate that person to that particular work. At that time you need to say that no, for the if the employees are to be empty for your workshop, but my planning is another that I want to be shifted him to another department, I want to shifted him to that project. Okay, that's why saying that when knowing to when to say no for any of the project, gathering the right informations. Why this is important to gathering the right information any of the project, gathering the right informations. As we have covered that in any of the project estimation method, they are comparing the past project with the current project. For what? For what purpose they have considered all these estimations methods, consideration of all that project? Because they want to be kept in the market with the repetitive project management manager, repetitive project contracts. Okay, that's why they have comparing the previous project. That's they have to be calculated each and every information, some of the gathering the right informations. They have collected the information that is from input process output. They have visualized that data and find out that how much time has required, how much cost the cost has required for that completion of project, and is this project is really applicable for the our current project management or not. Okay, these are comes under gathering the right informations. If you are collecting the right information, right quantity, right quality, right parameters, okay, the result is going to that the your project has to be completed within a time, within the cost, within all these time parameters. Okay, that's why we have required that the gathering the right information to collect the right information from that project. As you are comparing that the project with currently, but need to compare all these resources. That resource allocation means what? They have to be allocate some of the budget plannings to each and every process, for the budgets to the equipments, peoples, tools, or data. Okay, what the budgets has to be allocated if the project has going on, I think so, which project, that road transport corporation. Okay, how you allocate the budgets, or how you have to be calculate the budget plannings for that project. Yes, is my questions to all the financial student or some of the other specializations also. Okay, if you are a project management manager, what you think about the allocations of budgets? As a random, yes, we are not going in a deep that much, but if you want to be planning scheduling of any of the project, how the budgets has to be distributed, how the budget has to be calculated for the project management, or for the, I think so that example I have already given, that the road transport corporations. Okay, what are the budgets required for the completion of that project? Yes, I think so anyone has doing a project on budgeting, some of the financial planning. So okay, yes, Pallavi, Devre, yes, Pooja. I want answer from your side. Yes, Vinod.
Hello, sir.
How? What are the budget points or comes under any of the financial planning or any of the projects?
Sir, first of all, we break down the task or first steps.
Okay.
Start
Yes,
starting.
we are budgeting. We are breaking that each and every step. But start. We will start from the budgets now. For the whole process, we required startly budgets. At any of the some of the meetings, we said that this much budgets has required for this project. After that, we have to be allocated each and every work specializations budget. Yes, that is the first step. That, but how you have calculated that budgets? That's the amount. This much crores are required for that. How you have calculated?
As per the requirements of the project, sir.
As
Yeah,
per
it
the
means which department, how much percent of budget to be distributed for this department. Like in construction site, like we are providing this much amount for a labor costing also.
mm-hmm.
Then technical tools like machines, वगैरह. Then
Mm-hmm.
things
Okay.
must be
Equipments,
distributed.
tools, people
Yes.
structures, and data. For the data also we have provided some of the monies to collect the data from the previous project. Okay. No anyone has given a free project data for your completions, as you have required to pay some of the amounts to them also. After that, they have given us the data. If you are someone you have giving a data and said that go through the data and complete the project. No, if we have get the data, we need to find out, analyze from that the respective project manager. That's how they have to be allocate the resources, how they have to be calculate the budgets, how they have to be uh, purchase the machineries for this particular work, which type of manpowers people they have to be allocated for that plannings, what are the resource allocations methodology, any of the methodology you use for the completions of that project. Okay, these are all the techniques they have to be comes with the project management. That's to allocate budgets, equipments, people, tools. Okay, that's why they has required the gathering the right informations. After you have collecting the data, they said that they effectively visualize the data. Okay, as we have considered that the data has available, just go through that data and complete our project. Okay, not its right way. Okay, you need to visualize the data. You need to find out some of the corrections in the data. You will need to find out some of the tools, techniques, some of the data to be wrong on that way, or sometimes that they have not required to put up these monies for that work. Okay, that's why we have required to effectively visualize the data. If you are not you visualize the data, if you are not collecting the right information for that project, definitely you have required some of uh, the above budget cost for the completions. Okay, if your budget planning is 7 crore, 8 crore, 10 crores, and for the if you are not to visualize any of the data and just go through the process, the budgets has increases, the budgets has increased for each and every planning for the distributions of that projects. At that time the project has for 8 crores and the this project has suddenly stopped. Okay, because of the budget. As from the start point of view, you have to be calculate the budget plannings for 8 crore, and when the project has to be at the completion of his last date, you said that no, this project has not completed because of improper budget. Okay, but they have said that the your plannings, budgets, methods. Okay, at that times you are just go through the previous data and calculate the budgets and given the project plans or budgeting plans to any of the higher ministries. Okay, at that time the bad impact on your project management, project manager, project contracts. Okay, that was that you always looking that the some of the project has on its bad situations. Okay, they have just complete just they have just go with the completion of project and release from release from that the end options. They have incomplete project. Why? They want more budgets from the governments. Okay, they have the allocated resources, they have the proper budget, but they have looking for that some of the monies that have to be calculated from to be collect from government. That's why they have not completed that projects, as they know that how much budgets we have. Okay, this is comes under any of the improper project management. Okay, they have as we can say that the corruption point of view. Okay, after that, effective resources leveling or effective resource allocations. Okay, these are comes under resource allocation method. Okay, in road transport corporation, what are the resources as required for planning and scheduling purposes?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Manpower, machinery.
Yes, manpower, machineries. Okay, in measure that the financial planning is also important, and one another factor is land acquisition. Okay, the documentary part is the land acquisitions. Okay, the area of land development, transportations. Okay, material purchasing. Okay, these are the important constants in road transport corporations. Okay, planning of subway to the transportation mediums. Okay, if you are doing road transport corporations on highways, you have required the subway plans for the another traffic plannings. Okay, these are comes under resource allocation method also. Okay, as you have required, if your project is going uh, around any of the villages. Okay, at that time you have required the permission from that village. Yes, it will be okay or not? Permission from the village, permission from the uh, land development, permission from the some of the farmers. Okay, those are comes under the near the highways. So at that time all these things are required for the completion of project. This will becomes under any of the project planning from the start point of view. After that we will go towards scheduling. If you are doing that it's not okay. It will be manageable. If you are consider that it will be manageable, but it will comes under in future there will be created some of the plannings. If some of the employees are comes together and they have avoid that they we are not ready to complete the project. Okay, we are not here to uh, properly goes with your project management or your project. Okay, they have oppose you. Okay, why they have opposed you? Because of okay, because of the if you are not getting a proper plan. Okay, that's why they have given you oppose from that. If you are not taking him as a part of project. Okay, you are not taking you are not going with the responsibilities of that person also. That's why the problems are created in future of any of the project management tools or techniques. Resource allocations. What is meant by multi-project scheduling? Yes, please read the slides. Yes, Sanket, please read the slide. Multi-project scheduling. Soji, anyone?
Yes, sir.
Only Vinod Pawar has given a response to me. As if Vinod Pawar, you are taking a responsibility as an class leader, I think so. That's you are just taking the way that you are just getting the input from any of the teachers and just go through PPT and we will come our works and completed. And whenever they have asking about anyone name, please call or please put in message that sir is asking something to you. Anyway, just please read the slide. Just
Multi-project scheduling. The resource constraint multi-project scheduling problem under unequal delay penalty can be defined as a scheduling to a more projects stimulously. That is starting at the same point in a time and each continuity thereafter, such that the sum of weighted project delay in a minimized.
okay. Multi-project scheduling means what? The resources which are constrained. Multi-project scheduling problems under unequal delay penalties can be defined as a scheduling two or more projects which are to be completed simultaneously, which the starting at the same point with the consideration of time and each continuous process. Okay, after that the sum of the weighted project delay is minimized. Okay, the project delay will be minimized because of the multi-project schedulings. Okay, multi-project scheduling means what? Two or more projects to be completed at the same time with the same sequence or with the same process. Okay, and what will the advantages of that multi-project scheduling? That weightage project delay is to be minimized. As per the diagrams, you can say that the two or three, four, five, two or more project, okay, that you have to be completed as per the proper sequential plannings. Okay, the resource constraints, multi-scheduling, okay, unequal delay penalties, okay, which are required for two or more projects simultaneously. Okay, if anyone examples has given that the multi-project scheduling means what? As I take a given example for project scheduling, that's the metro project. Yes, with the considerations of pmt pmt project. Okay, that or with the consideration of transportations. So some projects are goes on simultaneously. Okay, they have not stops one of the other project. As you can see that the many of the projects has goes on the processes, that if the metro project has going on, some of the construction project are also going on that same site. But they have not stopped because of that project. Okay, they have their own individual planning. If the metro project has goes on, some of the activities of internal parts or some of the activities of road transportation has goes on. Okay, they have planning for their sequential of these transformations, for the sequential manner of the all this process. Okay, which are comes under multi project schedulings. Okay, the risk management process. As we have previously said that what is meant by risk management? Risk management is nothing but financial loss, improper project planning, improper project schedulings. Okay, the adverse effects which are comes under risk management process. Okay, if you are facing a risk management, all these responsible for that project management is that whole process, not an a project manager single. Okay, but we are blaming that the project, because of this project manager they have not given us a proper project planning, they have not utilized the proper resources, they have not goes with the proper planning schedulings. Okay, that's why the impact of that project is loss. Okay, these are the 5 steps which are comes under risk management process, is that to identify the potential risks. Okay, if any one of the project has given a risk management process or given in loss, you need to find out that the potential risk means what are the major risk parameters are comes under the under the any of the project management, that the potential risk. Consider financial loss is the key parameters of any of the project management, that is time, cost and scope. Okay, in that potential risk means what? Which are comes directly affects on the financial plannings on any of the project. Okay, these are comes under potential risks. Okay, these are the potential of that project. If you don't have money, if you don't have a proper financial plan with the project, okay, then you will never be goes with the proper project plans for the proper completion of that project. Okay, these are the potential risk of the project. If you are get a potential, if you are get a proper budgets, proper planning, all these are considered in project management. But the potential risk means what, which components are to be important in the project management. Okay, after that, what can possibly go with wrong. Okay, to find out that where we have to be go with the any of the wrong point or not, that you will need to be find out. Okay, after that, to measure a frequency and severity, what is the likelihood of a risk, to find out that where is the frequencies that to be carried out because of the risk. Okay, measure frequency and severity. After that, to occurrence, and if it did, what will be the impact. Okay, this will be happening, this will be goes with our project plan. What will be the impact on our project, what there's to be impact on our future plan of the project. Okay, that's why we have required the risk management process. That's why we have required to find out that these are the risk managements are in the project. Okay, as everyone thinking from bottom that at the start point of view from the project planning, scheduling, risk management. Okay, why the risk management is also important in any of the project for the your future scope also, but not for that you have given the proper plans and goes with this. Okay, if you need to find out that the risk, these are the 5 risks or that to be comes under each and every process. The risk management are comes under each and every individual activities itself. Okay, so you need to a proper plan, you need to monitor them, you to be evaluating the process. You need to give the trainings developments part to the employees, to the workers. You need to give him a confidence about the workplaces. You need to give him confidence about their process, activities, tools, techniques. Okay, that's are the comes under risk management process. Okay, to examine alternative solutions. Okay, if some of the accidents are happening on the workplace. Okay, if you have any emergencies, if you have any hospitality management techniques, if you have ambulance. Okay, all these examine alternative solutions. If suppose the some of the machines has suddenly stopped at the continuous work process flow. Okay, at that time you have any alternative solutions or not. Okay, if uh, some of the or if one of the cranes has to be gone with gone with it works. Okay, it works with the continuously flows for the lifting of any of the rod or lifting of any of the cement blocks. As you see that this is a very major impact, that if the road or transportation has continuously on his road transportation. Okay, if you are lifting a block from the roadsides. Okay, and the suddenly the crane has stopped on that point. Okay, some of the technical reasons. Okay, at that times you need to take some of the emergencies alternative solution for that project. Okay, that's to examine the alternative solutions. Okay, at that time you need to thinking on that these cases will be happening at the workplace. Okay, at that time you require to know that this is the to place the examine alternative solution for this process. Okay, you need to carry out that the if some of the processes are very important. Okay, this will be not completed without of that manufacturing process. At that time you have required some of the alternative machines or some of the alternative plans for that process. Okay, because if the works has goes continuously on one machines, definitely there will be created some of the problems. But not need to depend on only that the respect only that the respective contents or only that the respective machining processes. You need to find out the examine alternative solutions for that process. Okay, so your process will be continuous in the flow or your project will be continuous on the path. Okay, that's why they have been required examine alternative solutions. Okay, after that, to decide which solution to be used and implement it. If you have solutions, but you need to decide that which solution is to be applicable for this process, or which solution will be suitable for this process, or which process to be carried out sequentially with that project management. Okay, these are comes under risk management process. And last one is that to monitor result. Okay, as from figure you can kept in mind that the risk management process, how to management process has to be carried out, that to identify the risk. Okay, to measure the risk, to examine the solutions, to implement the solutions, or to monitor the results. Okay, these are the 5 steps in any of the risk management process. Okay, change control means what? Yes, change control. Yes, Pranav Lokhande, Chaitali. Change management means what? Okay, change control is a systematic approach to managing all the changes made to a product or system. The purpose is to ensure that no unnecessary changes are made, all the changes are documented, services are not unnecessarily distributed, and resources are used efficiently. Okay, these are comes under change management. Why the change management are important in any of the project? What is meant by change management? If you are doing a proper sequential process, okay, or you want that you need to that you are one of the plan that you want to change this process for the proper completion. You want to change the process within a time. At that time you required suddenly some of the changes in that machining process, or to carry out, or to changing the work plan, to change in the process. The adverse effect is that the process has to be completed within time, but the problems are created in the upcoming processes. Okay, because you have changing that the suddenly controls in any of the process, you are suddenly changing the plans in a continuous flow process. Well, at that time your works has to be completed, but that will be impact on upcoming processes. Okay, that's why the impact of change control management is also in of the project management. That as in paragraph, that the change control is a systematic approach which has to managing all the changes made to product or systems. To manage the changes in all of the products or system, the purpose is to ensure that there is no unnecessary changes are made, all changes are documented. If you are doing some of the changes, you need to proper document of that changes. Okay, because if you are doing some of the project, and if you are doing some of small changes, you need to a documentary part. Why you have to be changes? Why on which permission you have to be changes the process? Okay, that's why you are required a proper document. If you have a proper document, if you are going through proper process, if you are going with the proper planning, if you are going with the proper schedulings or not, that's are comes under in a change control management. If you want to change the processes, okay, if you are required the proper documented, or service are not unnecessary distributed. Okay, the service providing, there will be no any impact on the service providers. Okay, which are to be distributed from the processes or from the resource processes. Okay, that are to be used efficiently, effectively. Okay, some of the service providers has to be provide his service as per his continuations, or you are to be go, you directly increase and goes with the change control management. To you want to change the service providers, suddenly you want to change the customers from you want to change from the service provider customers to that project. Okay, at that time it will be not easy to change the control. Okay, if you want to need our project has goes continuously, the project has with the effect of efficiently productivity, okay, in that case you have required a proper change control management. With the points in the diagram that the flexibility, okay, in change control management there will be a flexibility, there will be the modularity, there will be a transparency. As we can say that they have required a transparency in any of the business. Transparency is nothing but the clarity of the projects, clarity of any of the process, clarity of any of the financial plannings, clarity of any of the budgeting, resource allocations, or all these things. Okay, these are comes under change control management. As diagram we have to be insert some of the points that the to release management, change request management, quality gate management, central transport management, change and transport system. Okay, if you want to change some of the related to any of the transparency, the SAP application, non-SAP applications, or the recorded data need to be keep it up in with your documentation part. Okay, these are comes under change control management. Okay, project cost. I'm not asking the questions to anyone of the financial student. Okay, project cost is the total funds which has to be needed to complete the project or to the work that consists of direct cost and indirect cost. The project cost are any expenditures which are made or estimated to be made, or monetary obligations which are incurred or estimated to be incurred to complete the project, which are listed in project baselines. Okay, project cost is the total funds, that this total funds money has required to complete the project, that are comes under project cost, which is also nothing but also called that project budgets. Okay, these are comes under direct cost and indirect cost. Okay, what is meant by direct cost and indirect cost? Yes, I will definitely go through now. I will definitely go through the some of the students from the financial that what is meant by direct cost and indirect cost. Yes, Nikita Pawar, what is meant by direct cost and indirect cost? Pallavi, Devre, Saurabh Bodke, what is meant by direct cost and indirect cost? If the consideration of any of the project, what the parameters are comes under direct cost, what are the key parameters are comes under indirect cost?
Sir, indirect cost can be the GSTs or electricity rate.
Yes, and direct cost?
Direct cost is related to the product, like raw materials and the
Yes.
purchases of raw materials, etc.
Yes, it's good. Okay, it's not so easy that what is meant by direct cost and indirect cost. Okay, the direct cost which are comes under machineries, raw materials, or the activities, or the some of the process parameters or some of the technical tools are required. Okay, these are comes under direct cost. Indirect cost that are comes under uh, non-impacting of financial cost. Okay, that indirect cost are comes under electricity, some of the maintenance activities. Okay, these are to be comes under indirect cost. Okay, that's not that we have also not allocating that too much budgets for indirect cost. Okay, where the majorly consider that direct cost parameters, that the key components in project management. Okay, the key cost in a project management, any of the project. Okay, the project cost are any expenditures which are made or estimated, or monetary obligations which are to be occurred or estimated to be incurred to complete the project, which are to be listed in a project baseline structure. Okay, these are comes under any of the project cost, direct cost and indirect cost, which are comes under resources planning, cost estimations, cost budgeting, cost control, or project benchmarking. How we have to be controlling the cost? Any of the formulas for the cost control considerations? How we have find out that this is the process that comes under cost controls? What are the key parameters for cost control of project? Yes, Pallavi, you know about the cost control parameters of the project. How you have to control the cost of any project? Controlling of the cost. How we are controlling the cost of any of the project? Yes, we know. Cost control means what? Okay, the cost control parameters under comes under resource allocation mostly. Okay, if you are allocating the uh, financial budget as per the distributor, as per the breaking points that the as per the allocations of material requirement, as per the allocations of tools, techniques, machineries, manpower. Okay, and you need to find out that how much money is required for the completion of that process. You need to find out that the proper budgeting has to be utilized or not. Okay, at the time of raw material purchasing, the purchase engineers has to be go through the proper SOP process or not, or they have to be managed from their sites and purchasing materials with the without the considerations of the marketing parameters, or without consideration of marketing, or some of the supplies are available in the market, and they have to be purchased material without any consideration part of that suppliers. Okay, these are also comes under cost control. If you are go through each and every process, if you are go through each and every activities in a project management, you need to find out that the how much the cost has required. They are go with our proper financial budgets or not. Other than this, they are goes with the proper SOP structures or not. If I want to purchase a raw material, if I want to purchase steel rods for that much qualities, or for this diameter, for this specification, I will not means it means I will not ready to that I have to be purchased directly materials from one of the suppliers. Okay, I will go through some of the 5 to 6 suppliers, comparing my budget, comparing my time, comparing my cost. Okay, comparing which type of transportations has required for the purchasing of that material, where the material locations from we have to be purchased, how much times they have required, how much the qualities has for that material. Okay, these are comes under any of the cost control parameters. Okay, one filter we have to always be there, that we have considered that the cost is the major parameters. Okay, we are go through any of the suppliers and filter the cost, that minimum cost with the quality, with the times, with the consideration of all these part. We are considering with that the our requirement, our matches with the customers or suppliers from the market. Okay, these are comes under cost controls. Okay, why these are comes under cost control? If you are doing with the proper counseling, or if you are doing with the proper sequencing from the suppliers, definitely there will be impact on our material cost. Okay, definitely we are goes to the saving of material cost. Same concept has goes with the purchase of machineries. Okay, some of the machineries are available in the market, or some machineries are from the outside of India. Okay, at that time you need to calculate that how much transport has required to purchase that machines, or it will be easy to purchase from India itself. Okay, that decision you need to take properly, which are comes under any machinery cost also. Okay, as that way we have to be control the cost of our project management. Let's we will stop here. Your second lecture, that Vandana ma'am, I think so, waiting for you. You have got it, the second unit, that is project scheduling and risk management. Yes, students. Then we will go to our
Yes, sir.
then we will go to our fourth unit, that is project organizations. I will share the PPTs after the completion of our class. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Anyone has
Okay, sir.
any
Yes, sir.
difficulties?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.